Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluentto, Everyday English for Real Life. I'm Anna, and I'm really happy you're here with us today.
And I'm David. Welcome back, everyone. Whether you're listening on your morning walk, on the bus to work, or maybe while making dinner, we're so glad to be part of your day.
That's one of my favorite things about podcasts, actually. We don't just talk about daily life, we become part of it.
Exactly. And that's perfect because today's topic is something we all share, no matter where we live or what language we speak.
Yes, today we're talking about daily routines, the small, ordinary things we do every day.
Waking up, making coffee, checking your phone, going to work, coming home tired.
Those simple moments that seem boring, but actually shape our entire lives.
And they're also one of the best ways to improve your English.
Absolutely. Talking about your routine helps you practice the most common verbs, the most natural grammar, and the kind of English people really use.
Not textbook English, real-life English.
Before we begin, take a deep breath. You don't need to understand every word. Just listen, relax, and let the language come to you.
And remember, if you're listening in a second language, you're already doing something brave.
So, David, let me ask you something simple. What time did you wake up today?
Today? I woke up at 6:45. My alarm went off. I ignored it. Then it went off again.
That sounds very human.
Very human. And notice that phrase, listeners. My alarm went off. That's how we say it in English. We don't say, my alarm rang very often anymore. We usually say, went off.
That's a great example of natural English. And what did you do after you woke up?
Well, first, I stayed in bed for a few minutes. I checked my phone. Not a great habit, I know.
You're not alone.
Then I got out of bed, stretched a little, and went to the kitchen.
Stretching is such a common morning habit. And that phrase, get out of bed, that's an important one. Waking up and getting out of bed are different things.
Very different. Waking up is easy. Getting out of bed, that takes courage.
Especially in winter.
Exactly. So I went to the kitchen, made coffee, and just stood there quietly for a minute.
I love that moment, that quiet time before the day starts.
Me too. And that's something we don't talk about enough. The feeling of a routine, not just the actions.
Yes, routines aren't just schedules, they're emotional.
They give us comfort, structure, a sense of control.
And when learners talk about their routines in English, they're not just practicing grammar, they're sharing their lives.
Which is powerful.
Let's tell a story today, a real-life story, like the ones our listeners live every day.
I like that. Stories make language stick.
Imagine a woman named Laura.
Laura feels like a real name already.
She's in her mid-30s. She's a teacher. She lives in a small house. Nothing dramatic, nothing extraordinary.
But her day matters.
Exactly. Laura wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Early.
Her alarm goes off. She turns it off, not snooze, she turns it off.
That's confidence.
She stretches, sits up, and gets out of bed. She goes to the bathroom, takes a quick shower, and gets dressed.
Notice how many everyday verbs are here. Wake up, turn off, get out of bed, take a shower, get dressed.
These are the verbs people use every single day, and if you can talk about these things smoothly, your English will sound natural.
After getting dressed, Laura goes to the kitchen and prepares breakfast.
And she doesn't say, I drink coffee. She says, I have coffee.
That's important. In English, we have meals, have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner, have a coffee.
She eats, checks her messages, looks at the news.
Just like most of us.
Then she packs her bag.
Another great verb, pack, not just for vacations.
She leaves home around 7:15.
And here comes one of the most useful phrases in English. It takes me.
Yes, she says, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to work.
Listeners, pause for a moment and think. How long does it take you to get to work or school?
You can say it out loud. It takes me 10 minutes. It takes me an hour.
This is real English.
Laura arrives at school, teaches her classes, talks with students.
She's busy, but she enjoys her job.
And that's something we hear often in English-speaking cultures. People talk about how they feel about their work.
Not just what they do, but how it affects them.
At lunchtime, Laura has lunch at school.
Again, has lunch, not eats lunch.
She brings food from home. After work, she goes home, changes her clothes, and relaxes.
Changing clothes after work is such a universal joy.
It really is. It's like your body says, okay, the workday is over.
In the evening, she cooks dinner, eats with her husband, talks about her day.
And notice, talk about her day. We always use about there.
After dinner, she prepares lessons, reads, watches a little TV.
And finally, she goes to bed around 10:30.
The day ends quietly.
And tomorrow, it starts again.
Some people hear this and think, that sounds boring.
But I think it sounds peaceful.
Me too. There's beauty in routine.
And there's power in being able to describe your life in another language.
That's what we want for you.
Not perfect English, honest English.
English that connects you to people.
Before we finish, I want to say this to our listeners.
Me too.
Your routine matters. Your story matters.
And your English doesn't need to be perfect to be meaningful.
Try this tonight or tomorrow. Say one sentence about your day in English.
Just one.
I wake up at. I work as. In the evening, I.
And if you want, share it with us.
Because language grows when it's shared.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us.
We're proud of you for learning, for listening, for trying.
Keep going. One day, one routine, one sentence at a time.
Until next time.
This is Fluentto, everyday English for real life.
Bye for now, and take care.